Hi friends, it's me, Miss Chacon. We're back. Today is Wednesday, but today is also a really important day. It's more than just Wednesday, it is Earth Day. So today I have my flower crown on again because flowers are a part of nature and nature is a part of the earth. So you may be asking me, Miss Chacon, what is Earth Day? Well, today we're going to find out what is Earth Day. So first of all, what is Earth? Earth is the planet that we live on. And the reason we celebrate Earth Day is because we live on an amazing planet. It's a planet where we can breathe, a planet that has water we can drink, food we can eat. Earth is an amazing planet. So today is the day that we celebrate it. Now, how do we celebrate Earth Day? Well, we celebrate Earth Day by helping our planet. So, Earth is a great planet, but Earth does not like to be mistreated. Mistreated means to be treated mean. And what we do on Earth Day is we come up with really cool ways to save our Earth and to help treat our Earth the right way. So today, you're going to learn all about some really cool ways that we can help save our Earth and ways that we can help treat our Earth the right way because we never want to treat the planet that we live on the wrong way. So, before we get started, please remember to check Class Dojo in the morning and at the nighttime. Also, remember to keep turning in your homework. You're doing an awesome job turning in your homework. If you have not turned in any homework to me yet, please turn it in. Even if it's only a picture of just a few sentences, that still matters because that homework tells me that you're not only still learning, but it also helps you because when the end of the year comes around and I grade all of your homework, I can say, oh, wow, this student is doing a really great job and they kept working even though they were at home, so I'm going to give them good marks on the report card. Okay, my friends? So remember, please do your homework. This is not vacation time. We're still working hard, and I know you're doing such a great job at home. Okay. Also, remember, for every single bit of homework that you turn in, you get a dojo point. All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to watch an Earth Day video on how you can save the Earth. And before we do that, remember, if you missed any videos, you can always go back on our YouTube page and watch all of these videos. If you're just joining us on Class Dojo and you just got connected, you're a little new, you may want to go back and look at some of the old math lessons because the old math lessons will help you understand the new math lessons. So we have that, and also if you ever need to know, if you missed so today is Wednesday, but if you missed Tuesday, but you were able to do Monday, then you could just go back and look, okay, what did we do on Tuesday? Well, we did subtract tens, that was our math, and we learned about horses to the rescue. So we're doing that, and then also, it's in Spanish too, so if your parents speak Spanish, they can always look at our plans too, and you could find this on Class Dojo. Alright, so let's watch our video first. It's called You Can Save the Earth.
Mom! Dad! The Earth is sick!
We can save the Earth.
Really? What should I do?
Listen! Turn off the lights.
I'll turn off the lights.
So we say turn off the lights, and when we say turn off the lights, that does not mean sit in the dark all day. That is not what it means. By turning off the lights, it helps save energy. Energy is what helps turn our lights on. If we use up too much of our energy, it can hurt the earth. So what we mean by turn off the lights is that if you're stepping outside of the room, like you're leaving your bedroom, there's no need to leave the light on. You can just turn it off. If you're in the room, you can leave the light on. But if you're leaving your house, turn off the lights. It'll help save energy and it helps save our earth. So that's something that will help.
Don't waste water.
I'll turn off the tap.
So that's another great thing, water. You see this blue planet right here? That's Earth, and all of that blue is water. It seems like we have a lot of water, but not all of our water is clean. We have dirty water on Earth and we have salt water on Earth. So we don't have a lot of clean water. So we have a very small amount. And if we waste it by leaving our water running the whole time we're brushing our teeth, or leaving the water on while we are taking we're washing our dishes for way too long and we're leaving the water on the whole time, or if we sorry about that, my friends. Or if we have our water on for too long while taking a super long shower, that's wasting some of the clean water we have. So it doesn't mean that using water is bad. It's always good to drink a lot of water and to take nice showers, but if you use a little bit less, then you could help save our water. So that's another good thing.
We can save the earth.
The earth and we are friends.
Thank you. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Now, did you see that? Reuse. So they had this water bottle right here. I'll show you.
Thank you. Reduce.
Look at this. So it was a water bottle, and they reused it, and they turned it into a flower pot. That is something that they reused. Recycle is a big word. If you don't know what it means, you'll learn what it is now. Recycle means that we're taking our plastics. So, can you hand me that plastic bottle? Give me 1 second, my friends. So, this is a plastic bottle. Now, there's these plastic bottles, sometimes they end up in the trash and they end up all over our oceans. And there's a lot of these. Now, these are not the best way to hold our water bottle. So, even though these aren't the best way, what we can do with plastics is we can recycle them. So what you can do is you can put them aside and then take them to the recycling center. And what they do with this plastic bottle, so that it doesn't end up in the ocean or in the trash, what they do is they mush it down. They mush this plastic down and they turn it into something new, like maybe a flower pot or a pencil. So that's what recycling means. It means taking this and turning it into something new, keeping it from becoming trash. So this helps our earth because it keeps this from becoming trash in our oceans. So we have that. Let's keep watching the video on different ways that we can save the earth. So reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce means to make less. So reduce how much light you're using, or reduce how much water you're using. Reuse, just like we saw, they reused that plastic bottle and they turned it into a flower pot. So they reused it. And recycle. So you can take this plastic bottle and turn it into something completely different. If anything says this is a recycled plastic bottle, then be sure to recycle it. Put it in the recycling bin, not the trash can. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to read a story about Earth Day. All right. This is called It's Earth Day.
By Mercer Mayer. Click that subscribe button for more children's books. Today we learned all about Earth Day. It is a special day. It is when we celebrate our planet. We watched a movie about the Earth's climate. Climate is how hot or cold it usually is outside. The Earth is getting hotter, and the ice at the North Pole is melting.
So if the Earth gets hotter, then the ice at the North Pole is melting. And when ice melts, look at this. These polar bears don't have a place to live on. It's all water now. So that is why we're trying to save our Earth, so that Earth doesn't get too hot and the ice doesn't start melting.
That's where the polar bears live. Yikes! I have to help slow down the melting. Dad, I asked, what can we do to stop the ice from melting? Let's find out, he said. It turns out that the energy we use doing everyday things like driving cars and watching TV are making the earth warmer.
Oh, oh, oh.
We have to save energy, I said. I turned off the computer and all the lights as fast as I could to save energy. Be careful, Dad, I said.
Bell.
The next morning, when little sister was brushing her teeth, I turned the faucet off. Saving water helps the polar bears, I said. I didn't want to take the school bus the next morning, but Mom said the bus saves energy because all the moms and dads don't have to drive their cars. Good thinking, Mom. After school, my friends and I collected cans, bottles, and newspapers, and then took them to the recycling center. We put the money we earned in a big jar to give to a Critterville charity called We Love Polar Bears. The next day was Earth Day. Our whole class went to the park to plant trees. Trees are good for the earth. They help suck up bad stuff in the air. It was hard work. Come on, guys, I said. Do it for the earth and for the polar bears. Our teacher thought I should dig smaller holes. We made signs that said reduce, reuse, recycle.
And that's what we learned about. Reduce, reuse, recycle. The 3 R's. Say it with me. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce means use less. Reuse means you reuse your things instead of throwing them away. And recycle means that we take this plastic bottle, we take it to the recycling center, and we make it into something new. All right, let's keep reading.
Then we put the signs up everywhere to remind everyone how they can help too. That night I couldn't sleep, so I went to the kitchen for a snack. Then I saw a little sign that said, Climate Control. That's it, I yelled. I know how to save the polar bears. I have to change the climate.
Ooh.
The next morning I got right to work. I made a list just like Mom would do. Next, I drew up the plans just like Dad. Little sister helped collect everything on the list. The most important thing was ice. We needed lots of ice. I put all the parts together. What is it? Mom asked. It's a climate control machine, I answered. It will cool down the earth and save the polar bears.
Now, what he's trying to do, meaning climate control, is he's trying to cool down the earth with a fan and with an ice bucket. Now, put your thumb up if you think that his plan will work. Put your thumb down if you think his plan will not work. Well, let's find out.
How does it work? Asked Mom. Well, I said, the fan blows air over the ice and makes the Earth's air cooler and keeps the ice at the North Pole from melting, and that will save the polar bears. I put a thermometer on top. I waited for the climate control machine to start working, but my ice kept melting, so I had to borrow ice from everyone in the neighborhood.
So why do you think his ice kept melting? So he kept leaving it outside. What happens when you leave ice outside? Why don't you try it? If you try leaving your ice outside and you do a little science experiment, what's going to happen? It's going to melt. So a small bucket of ice is not enough to cool the entire planet. So even though he has a great idea, he wants to help cool the earth, ice is not going to help. What's going to help? Our 3 R's. Reduce, reuse, recycle. But let's keep watching because we want to see if his climate control machine works.
I worked very hard all day long, but the temperature stayed the same. Finally, after it became dark, it got colder. Hooray!
So why do you think the temperature got colder at night? So temperature is how cold or how hot it feels outside. So think about it. In the day, is it hot or cold? If the sun's out, is it hot or cold? I hope you said hot. But when the nighttime comes, so the sun sets and the moon is up and there's no sun outside, is it going to be colder or hotter? It's going to be colder. So that is why the temperature is going down. So that's why it's getting colder at nighttime. Not because of his climate change machine, but because at nighttime it always gets just a few degrees colder.
But the next morning, the temperature went back up. The climate control machine doesn't work, I said. It will never save the polar bears. That's not true, said Dad. Because of what we learned, I turned off my computer at night. Little sister turns off the water when she brushes her teeth. And we all turn off the lights when we leave the room.
See? So one of the things Dad does is he turns off his computer at night so that he's not using energy when they're all asleep. Now, so when we say reduce, we're not saying stop using your computer altogether. Because if you stop using your computer altogether, then you can't see me and I won't be able to know if you're doing your homework. So reduce does not mean you stop using your computer altogether. It means you just use it a little less. Maybe when you're asleep, you turn it off. And what little sister was doing is little sister turned off the water while she was brushing her teeth. Because think about it. If your water is on while you're brushing your teeth, your toothbrush is in your mouth. It's not under the sink. So all of that water is going right down the drain. There's no reason it should be on. So a big way to save water is to wet your toothbrush, turn the water off, brush your teeth, and you could brush your teeth for as long as you want because the water is off. Then when you're done brushing your teeth, you wash your toothbrush off again, you spit your toothpaste out, you wash off the sink, and you're done. And you've used a lot less water, and you're helping save our planet. And another thing that they all do now, so one thing his family does now, is they all turn their lights off when they leave the room. So even though it's nice to have a nice bright house, when you're not in the room, do you really need that light on? No. So if you are in the room, leave the light on. You don't want to sit in the dark. But if you're not in that room over there, don't leave the light on. It's wasting energy, and we need that energy for the earth.
Then Dad added, "You and your friends collected bottles, cans, and newspapers to recycle. You also planted trees for fresh, clean air." That made me think.
Think.
Wow, I said. We are all climate control machines because everything we do can help save the earth. Don't forget the polar bears.
See? So his climate control machine obviously did not work. A bucket of ice and a fan is not going to help save our polar bears. But the choices that you make every day makes you a climate control machine. because you can help control if our planet gets hotter or if we slow down the heat and we save the polar bears. So let's finish our story. Woo! All right.
Thanks for reading with Happy Cultivated.
So that's the end of our story for today. And what I wanted to ask you, so give me 1 second. So, what we're going to look at is you're going to write about how we can help our earth. So remember our 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle. Say it with me. Reduce, reuse, recycle. One more time. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Now, what you're going to do is on this paper right here, you're going to say, I can help our earth by. So what can you help your earth by doing? For me, what I can write is, I can help our earth by turning off the water while I brush my teeth, because that saves water. Or you can write, I can help our earth by turning off the lights when I leave the room. There are so many different ways that you can help our earth. Remember, it says right here, I can help our earth, because just like we learned in our story, you are a climate cooling machine. So, what's going to happen is that I want you to think really hard and touch your brain and think, okay, let me think of a way that I can help our earth. And you don't have to come up with something that's too big. We had Little Critter, and he came up with the idea of making a climate cooling machine. You don't have to come up with a climate cooling machine, but what you can come up with is maybe you think, okay, I can help our earth by planting trees, because trees help take all the bad stuff out of the air. So we can come up with that. So what I want you to do is think really hard and think of our 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle. So you can think of those 3 R's and say, how do these 3 R's help our earth? Can I reduce how much water I use? Can I maybe reuse this water bottle and fill in some more water so that I don't waste it? Or maybe I can recycle all of my water bottles. You can write that. I can help our earth by recycling all my water bottles. So I'm not going to tell you what to write. You have to come up with something on your own and say, I can help our earth by blank. The choice is yours, my friends. All right, so that is it for today. We are done with our lesson. Please remember to check our YouTube page and check Class Dojo in the morning and the night. So that's it for today. Remember that I miss you all. I know you're doing such a great job at home, but remember to stay safe inside your homes. All right, my friends, that's it for today. Bye-bye.